What's up, everybody? MLG Sports Talk, YVK here. I'm your host, and I'm here with my guy Jack. As always, we got a weekend to recap. What's up, Jack? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. It's going to be a great weekend to recap. A lot of great things, a lot of great games, a lot of great ending results. Let's get after it.
Yeah, let's get after it. And real quick, I want to go over this because it was a wild weekend in NCAA. I don't know which games you've seen or which scores you ran through, but six of the top 25 teams lost this weekend. Clemson went down at home to Louisville. K State lost to Iowa State. We had Penn State lost to Ohio State. Not much of a surprise there. We also had A&M losing on the road to South Carolina. Tough loss, man. I was rooting for those A&M boys. Man, it was just a wild weekend in NCAA. You know how it's always that one weekend where a lot of the top
And
25
and
teams
this was
lose.
the weekend, a lot of parlay busters for sure, where people thought guaranteed. Because I even thought about, K State. I could throw them on that couple teamer I had, and I was like, no, what are we doing? So
Right.
happy, so happy I didn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. It was no reason to do that. We knew the locks were Georgia and Oregon this weekend. Those were the locks to take. I know they were high on the money line, but take that, walk away, you're a winner. So that was a wild weekend NCAA, but I can't wait for this week because we do have a lot of great matchups.
Well, before you even continue on with that, it's like, yeah, with those two, with Jets and Bengals, it was a wrap. Why you didn't have to put anything else on? But
Exactly.
we did tell the people that.
Yeah, we told them early what was that Thursday? We told them about the Jets before the game. That was the easy
And
cleanup
then
right
then we
there.
said right after, and put the Bengals on there too for Sunday.
Yep. We
Man,
told them. I mean, we didn't go live with the best bet show, but we did give y'all a lot of Jews last week. So you guys listen. Hey, more on the way, right? How about those Chiefs though? 8-0 on the season.
hey, no, I mean,
I'm not
doesn't get
surprised.
better than that. Yeah, I'm really not surprised. I mean, we know they're going to take an L or two at some point this season. I just didn't see it now. Don't see it next week either, most likely. They're just going to keep rolling. They're starting to get some of their players back, I think, too. Juju might be coming back maybe another week, but they're showing. They're showing. D Hop got his first
Yeah.
touchdown, I think, today, and again, that's a wide receiver one, and Patrick Mahomes really hasn't had a true wide receiver one since Tyreek Hill. So it's just exciting to see them actually keep building on this record they have now, because we know they're going to be built up to lose at some point. So
Yeah, definitely. D Hop showed off today. I believe he got two TDs in the end zone, so he's playing. And how about Kareem Hunt, man? Like Hunt's a beast. I didn't know he was still that good of a running back. He's just fighting for those extra yards, getting KC in those third and shorts, making Mahomes' life easier. And Travis Kelsey showed out today. So they look like they're back rolling. When they get Pacheco back, like you said, Juju back, it's going to be a problem for everybody in the league for regular season.
I mean, I really do want regular season. I really do wonder how it's going to look when Pacheco does come back, because Kareem Hunt's rolling. I mean, do
Yeah.
you have Kareem go back to running back two and Pacheco back to his traditional one spot? Do they split the carries 50-50 just to work him back up? I don't think you just stop the Kareem Hunt train. I mean, he's fighting for something. And it's kind of like, especially with a running back or really any player, any sport, sometimes it's all about the right situation, and you're rejuvenated and you're able to, play to the best of your abilities and beyond that. And he's just
Right.
really showing that that's possible. And KC was just the perfect scenario, a championship team. I think he was not out the league last year, but he didn't play too much at the end of his tenure in Cleveland. And again, he's going back to the original team that he was drafted with, which is the Chiefs, and they're winners. They've been winning. He's inspired to continue that train. He's bought into the three-peat. If you compare that to maybe another player signing somewhere else, whether it's the Panthers or another team, you're not going to be as bought in, no matter how good or talented you are.
Definitely.
I'm sure if Miles Sanders was on the Chiefs, maybe it'd be a different story for him too.
Yeah, definitely. That was like the perfect situation for Hunt to go there. Knows the playbook, knows the players, the coaches, the staff, everybody. So yeah, perfect situation for him and the Chiefs, and they're looking unstoppable. I think they're gonna make a run for it, try to go to 10-0, but that's against the Bills. So we'll see. That'll be a tough one on the road there coming up. In the meantime, let's get to this breaking news because we got some stuff to go over. Let's get it. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Dak Prescott, man. Stole money, I guess. I'm just playing. No, Dak is out. Sources saying, I guess, a couple weeks here. So several weeks. I don't know what that is. It could be 2, 3, maybe 4. I heard they're possibly thinking about putting him on IR. So what do you think about the Cowboys? Season's done, right? We already said.
Put him on IR. They might as well do that. We said it from the beginning. I didn't think it was going to go this way, this bad, this quick, like this. But of course, that was going to happen. I'm sure people that bet on the over on their wins this season are sick to their stomach, and they should be because the Cowboys look like a team that should be able to at least continue the output they had last year, and maybe at least get a wild card spot or something. But clearly, they've been replaced by the Commanders in that division in terms of the other team next to the Eagles. And I mean, there's nothing really they can do about that. You know, Dak Prescott's being paid $60 million a year. That's taking up a ton of cap space. Got to pay, CeeDee Lamb, got to continue to make him happy. Michael Parsons, you're going to have to pay him on the defense end of the ball. And that's just going to restrict them when it comes to bringing in big free agents. I mean, again, I'm a Cowboy hater, so don't take everything I say as a grain of salt, but I don't think that was the decision that Jerry Jones wanted to make with re-signing Dak. I think he got pressured and forced to doing that. And then what's funny is all the talking heads are still going to blame him. So it was just a lose-lose situation no matter what. But hey, what can you do, right?
Yeah. The sign was that game against the 49ers. We knew whoever lost that game, their season was done officially. Now that Dak is out and they lost another game, good riddance. I'm sorry, Cowboys fans. We know you guys still are going to have hope, but not this time. Dak, they need Dak. I mean, Cooper Rush can come in and maybe win a few games for the rest of the season, but you guys are not going to make a wild card run. I'm sorry. Like you said, the Commanders in this division, they've been rolling. They're top of the division, and Eagles have been getting better, pulling out wins. So shout out to Eagles, Commanders. We'll see you in the playoffs.
Well, here's the real question, since we're still on the Cowboy, aspect or that division as a whole. Do you think the Cowboys will ever win a championship with Dak Prescott at quarterback?
No, definitely not. I
Yeah,
can't
I
see it.
mean, not to hate on him either. I'm sure. I don't know him personally or anything like that. It's just like I don't see it either, man. I don't know why exactly because he's decent. He's not elite. I don't put him in the top 5 quarterbacks. I don't even put him in the top 10 quarterbacks. I know people do that. I never understood why. I know there's some statistical
Yeah,
scenarios, but
statistics. Yeah,
I mean, it's so much more than that. I hate to say the eye test and things like that too. I don't know if it's in the leadership side of the ball or people buying in or something. I just think there's just something not there.
yeah. Stats are just one equation to the puzzle because, as you see, the Chiefs, Mahomes stats are not that great this season, but they find ways to win. So it's not all about stats. I don't think Dak has the ice water in his veins. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, when you need to move the chains on that 3rd and long, it's 3rd and 8. Dak is not going to do that for you in the playoffs. He might do it regular season, but when the bright lights are on, it's no way I can see Dak moving forward. I don't know how many years did he get with the 60 million? Was it 4 maybe?
4, maybe.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
4.
Good
Someone in the
luck,
comments could
Cowboys.
drop the real answer, or I could just look after. Obviously, it's called Google. It does exist,
Yeah, yeah.
but I mean, how would you feel? I guess the follow-up question to that is, how would you feel if you were paying your star player $60 million that doesn't have ice water in his veins. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, we talked about it before that we probably wouldn't have paid Dak that. We would have just let him go. So
I'd rather pay Kawhi.
I'd rather pay a player to not play than for him to play and not get it done.
Well,
at least you just
he is pulling the Kawhi now. He's not going to play for a while, even though he's
True.
hurt. But still,
Yeah, shout out to Dak. It's not all a Dak, hating podcast. We're not hating on you.
I said everyone discount me. I'm the Cowboy hater here. But is it Cooper Rush or do they go to? I know they're going to start with Cooper Rush, but do you think they go check out the other kid, Trey Lance?
No,
what he got?
Trey Lance he's trash, bro. I'd rather play Bryce Young, bro. I'm being serious.
Trey Lance is cooked, huh?
Yeah, he's cooked for sure, bro. He's really cooked. And shout out to Bryce Young. He got a W this weekend. That was great. It's good to see that. Had to throw that in there. And speaking of that, they beat the Saints, which led to the Saints firing their coach Dennis Allen after 7 straight losses for the New Orleans Saints. Who would have thought after 2 wins, they were putting up 40 a game.
Super Bowl.
Everybody's yelling for, Super Bowl in our hometown. We're going to make it. No, 7 straight L's since, man. How you feel about the Saints? You think this was justified, the firing?
100%. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're losing 7 games in a row, there's clearly an issue with the team.
Yeah.
Now, is it on the defensive side of the ball? Is it on the offensive side of the ball? Is it on the special team side of the ball? And it seems like it's on all sides of the ball. That's the problem. And this is a team that has a good defense. I hear now that they're sellers on the market, especially before the trade deadline on some of their defensive players, which sucks. I mean, that means they got to flush out some players that they've had there with, building that consistent lineup in that team. And, I mean, look, we all know they weren't going to win anything. We knew they weren't winning with Derek Carr. This isn't a Derek Carr hate either. It was just we know. We already know the results before the season starts. So we shouldn't even be surprised when we get to this kind of a point. I don't think they were utilizing Taysom Hill as much as they could have. It just seems there's just too much going on. It's like that. It starts with the head coach. He doesn't know what he was doing in terms of coaching this team. This is the same that got pissed at Jameis Winston last year for scoring on the final play of the season. Giving a guy, the running back that had the most touchdowns the previous year, who had 0 this year because he wasn't getting any PT, gave him a touchdown. Now Jameis Winston is starting on the Browns. I mean, it just seems like a lot of player malpractice on that team, starting with the head coach.
Definitely. The head coach, the head of the snake. Maybe it's even management. Who knows? But definitely Dennis Allen deserved this firing.
I wouldn't be surprised if they win this week. Who do they play? Interim coach role.
Didn't think about that. I have to look and see who
and
they
saw a clip. I saw a clip where their head coach or that guy that's stepping into the head coach spot, he's fiery. I mean, I think it was the end of the game, and it might have been that game from last year. If it's the same guy and the coaches are coming up and they're pissed at each other, but he wasn't apologizing for scoring or running up the score or whatever it was.
Right.
He's fiery. I like that. Guys can get behind a fiery coach like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. I just knew the Saints. Like you said, when Derek Carr went over there, the new Raiders, you know what I'm saying? He loves to check downs. He's not going to make too many big plays happen. So those type of quarterbacks will never win you championships. You got to make plays at the right time. It's 3rd and long. Like I always say, those are critical downs. The blitz is coming. He holds the ball too long. So it's tough, like you said. And also, the defense has been terrible. The secondary, the Saints always have issues with the secondary. And they have some good players on the secondary. But I don't know. They just can't get it together, the schemes and whatever they're running. So I do believe this is more deserving, especially more deserving than the Jets firing. We'll say that.
When you take an L to the Panthers,
right?
We gotta figure. Especially if it's your 7th loss in a row, we gotta figure some stuff out before we move forward. I think that's just mandatory as standard operating procedure at that point, right?
Very standard. And to answer your question, the Saints are at home this week against the Falcons in a divisional game, and they're plus 3.5. And I'm gonna tell you this: I know the Saints very, very well. They always play hard division games, no
Always.
matter what. Always, I know that team. So it's looking
Especially
like
if no one gets traded. If no one gets traded off the defense this week, they're going to play hard because none of them want to leave or get traded, probably. I'm
yeah,
assuming that. I'm sure maybe someone wants to get traded because they're pissed. But they're all going to play hard because they know this is it. They know if they lose again, it's over.
it's a
Apostle.
it's a wrap for them. So let's talk about this next. Christian McCaffrey is back at practice for the 49ers. Woo! Are they going to start really making a run now, the Niners, or what?
I think we talked about this a couple episodes ago, and it's like, I'm going back and forth between, is McCaffrey randomly going to be cooked when he comes back, or is he just going to be elite and good? I don't know, because I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any film. I haven't seen any workout videos. I haven't seen anything. So the only video I saw was like Twitter or something, or it was Instagram or something. And it was Twitter, and it was the Halloween video. It was his girl and then him, or his wife and him, and he was just looking bored in his 10-man outfit. I'm like, what is? I'm hoping he comes back and he just kills it, because why not? But I wouldn't be surprised if it's a struggle in the beginning, because it is hard for running backs to stop and start. When you're in there grinding, it just becomes regular, used to the hits, you're used to getting after, you're used to making those cuts. And then sometimes when you stop for a while and get back in, it takes a little bit to get the engines running. But the 49ers need them. They need them bad.
Yeah, they definitely need that extra weapon. I don't see him getting many carries. He might get some catches, on those little screens, but I think they'll ease him back in slowly because, like you said, it's kind of tough coming back out, 6-7 weeks. That's really tough for a player that's used to getting the bulk of everything, the workload. So definitely like to see this for the Niners because they need him back in the lineup. But they do have a tough game on the road playing against the Bucks, so it's not gonna be easy to go out there to Tampa, especially Tampa's, I believe, is coming off 2 or 3 straight losses. So
yeah, they're going to be hungry for a win too.
Hungry for a win. So I'm not a big 49ers guy this year. Super Bowl curse, like we always talk about. So we'll see what happens there. But at least McCaffrey's back to make things interesting, especially in that division that's wide open. Next, we're going to end this off with the Bears, man. How about those Bears? Your boy Caleb. What's going on? 2 straight losses. After that Hail Mary, things are going left.
You said it.
Yeah, I said it. I said Cardinals are going to beat them. You lose a game on a Hail Mary like that, the locker rooms going at each other, blaming people, not focused for the next game, and you got to head out to Arizona, where Arizona's looking like a solid team. They're looking like a playoff team. Their defense has been stepping up, and Kyler Murray, he's been making plays. So you think the Bears can turn this around? They got the Pats this week, so they're at home. They should get a win. What you think?
If they lose to the Pats, they're completely cooked. It's over for this year. I don't see them losing to the Pats, though. I see them going out and getting a win. They got it. I mean, they got to do it for their coach. If they lose to the Pats, I can see their coach not making it out of this week just because of the pressure from the media. I mean, everybody's going at them. So I think the expectations on the Bears were higher than they probably needed to be in reality. But it's expected when you're drafted the number 1 quarterback.
Right.
I mean, these expectations are supposed to be given, especially with the offensive weapons that were placed around him, right? So they need to go out and get a win. They need to, in the offseason, they need to get some alignment that could actually block and give Caleb a little bit more time, because he's running for his life all the time, I feel like. Whenever I'm watching a Bears game or tuning, I feel like every time Caleb's running for his life. So it's hard to really judge him. And I want to kind of be mad at him because my dynasty fantasy football team is just it's on suicide watch, the whole team, because how Caleb's been performing. But I kind of don't want to completely blame him. I want to blame the coach and the play calling, because and especially if what you had set up from an offensive scheme standpoint is not working, let's go play what his strengths are so we can go get some win or put up some sort of offensive output. DJ Moore is one of the best receivers in the league. He's looking like a scrub. It makes no sense. So I'm confused how with Justin Fields, DJ Moore could play out of his mind. And with a better passing quarterback like Caleb Williams, all of a sudden it's, everyone's running with mud in their shoes. I'm confused, but I'm also, like you said, I'm not in this locker room, so I don't know exactly what's going on.
Right.
I would like for them all to, I'd like for Caleb to have a team meeting or something, or take the guys out, figure it out. Let's solve this issue so we can get you guys flowing the right way, get to the playoffs. Knowing I'm not expecting them to win a Super Bowl this year, but I expect them to get to the playoffs just because they can do it. Now, they miss it. It's understandable. You got a rookie quarterback, right? But we know what you guys can do, so why not play up to that now, right? That's my opinion.
No, definitely. You're right, 100%. I would blame the coach as well. Just get them some quick throws. Get the ball out quick. Do something because, like you said, that O-line is not holding up. And for what reason, I don't know. But they're in a tough division, too. I don't know if they played many division games, but they still got the Lions. They got the Packers, I'm sure. So Vikings, too, as well. So
can you guys get to 10-6? That means
right.
you only got 2. Can you get to 10-6?
So like you said, this week they have to beat the Pats.
They have to.
That's the case. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be looking at the Bears then.
And now everyone's saying, "Oh, Drake May's looking nice." That was the play of I don't know if you saw that one play. People were saying this is the play of the year. I'm like, how was that the play of the year after the catch on Thursday? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I had the Titans too, which was funny. I just knew the Titans would beat the Pats for some reason. And when I seen that play, I was like, wow, really? Drake May is doing this? And then he's running out the pocket for 50 yards. Like, come on, man. Shout out to Drake May because he surprised me. I didn't think
he really is shutting people up in terms of saying, he's never going to do anything or whatever. He's better than some quarterbacks in the league, that's for sure. They've been starting for a minute.
100%. Yeah.
And it's almost like they should have had him started from the beginning. This whole Jacoby Brissett thing was just a waste of time for them because he could already be more developed at this point. Even though I agree with sitting behind Jacoby Brissett wasn't going to do much for him.
Agree. I agree with you on that. Yeah, wild weekend in sports we had. And I have a feeling this will be another good weekend. This week, we will have our best bet segment. Tomorrow, college football is a big shakeup. We'll go over the top 12, the college football playoff, and the rest of the week will be great. You ready for this week, Jack?
I'm excited about it. We're going to kill it.
All right. So, in the meantime, in between time, let's get this cash.
This is not financial advice. Yeah. Nah, I don't judge. Eat how you gonna eat, keep it legit. And please don't bother me, rather in advance. Or you hit the lottery, buy new commodities.